guys, and welcome to Inspiration Season right here on SBTV, where I'm very lucky to be joined by photographer extraordinaire Ewen Spencer. Hello, mate.
Hello.
Hi, thanks for joining us today.
It's a pleasure.
So you've had an amazing career so far.
Yeah, so far.
You've worked with Massive Attack, The Streets,
Yes.
Puma, Nike, Umbro, almost everyone.
Yeah, quite a few people. Yeah, lots of brands and and lots of just young people.
My name's Airs, MC all hell.
Where's better know about me? They call me Stryder, man. Rolling with the thing under the seat, that's what they claim, man. I know the road, I know the game, I know the code. I got 4 levers on my back.
What would you say has been the highlight so far? Because it's been really varied, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's. I enjoyed making the film and collaborating with Massive Attack for the Flat of the Blade track from their last album. That was a lot of fun, and I think open mic, making the pictures around kind of the subculture of grime at that time when it was burgeoning, when it was kind of very exciting and there was a lot going on. It was just growing, and it was the beginnings of that scene. So to be, I guess, installed in that sort of scene and be a part of it from the early stages when there was a lot of excitement and a lot of opportunity, that was a really good time. It was great.
What attracted you to documenting the grime scene in that way? Did you just love the music, or was it something else?
I don't particularly, I'm sorry, but I don't particularly like music.
Do you not?
I find it quite unlistenable.
Okay.
But I can appreciate the music, if you like, but it's not something it would not be my choice on a Friday, Saturday night.
That's quite interesting that you spent so long around it.
I mean, I love what was going on. I love what people were doing at that time. I thought it was really inventive and completely different to anything else I'd heard.
Yeah.
The coming together, all the different styles and that kind of, it was just so British and unique. And I've always been interested in that idea of British youth culture and the subcultures that come out of that are born out of youth culture. And they're usually born out of like difficult circumstances and or just kind of mundane circumstances. And there's a saying that I like from a guy in the 60s, which is clean living under difficult circumstances, and that's a kind of a catalyst really for a lot of my work, if you like. The idea that a lot of people were struggling against their lives and just their kind of the boredom, if you like, that I guess young people experience here in the UK, and out of that comes these great kind of subcultures like grime, or before that you've got like punk or acid house or mods or skinheads or whatever it might be. Since the late 50s, early 60s, we've created these great kind of style and music kind of scenes that still exist today, you know.
How was it going on tour with Mike Skinner?
Yeah, that was great fun because we'd become great friends, and by that point I'd shot kind of 2 or 3 record sleeves with him. I started with the first record I did, and we'd done a little film for his tour for Grand Don't Come For Free. I'd done a film that was the backdrop for that kind of European tour, and I was just part of the kind of family of the streets at that time.
Wow.
And
that must have been incredible.
It was good fun. I mean, yeah, you kind of look back now and it's you know.
Yeah.
And but it was just very normal because I've been so much a part of it since the beginning.
Yeah.
And I've been introduced to him at a very early sort of stage, and we just got on really well.
Have you got a favourite picture from that tour?
Yeah, I do actually. It's a picture of him walking around on stage, and he just sort of catches my eye and sort of like pulls a funny face, and he's got about sort of 5,000 people behind him at the Carling Academy in Glasgow, and it's just quite a funny sort of picture.
So what was the best thing that happened when you were making this then?
You know, some of the best. Obviously, meeting all the people that have now become, you know, big stars, and then they're in the charts and what have you. But I really enjoyed experiencing Jammer's mum's cooking.
Oh really?
That was nice.
Oh yeah. What did she make?
She was just there. She made some chicken one night. It was really good.
Yum.
And she made some really good. She showed us how to make rice and peas, and I still cook it for my kids now.
Nice.
And the youth centre in Romford was really good.
Yeah.
And I kept going back to a youth centre in Romford, and there was a lady called Olivia there, and she was kind of like an outreach sort of youth worker, and just what she was doing with and that's where Devlin was. He used to go there every week, you know, it was right next to Dagenham and Romford, so you'd see like Jay Cast down there, and Devlin would be there, and you know, I captured them at that time when they were like 16, 17, you know.
Yeah. Wow.
And you know, and that just shows that they've gone from that kind of small youth centre kind of environment to becoming major label kind of stars, you know. Players. And that's a really great experience, I think. Just you know, there's a truth in that, you know.
And then do you ever bump into them now?
Yeah, when I was the next time I met Devlin was in Ireland Records like offices when we sat down to have a meeting about his record sleeve.
Oh really?
And I showed him the picture, and he kind of just, his head nearly dropped off. He was just like, well, I just couldn't get his head around it. And he hadn't seen the picture, and it was what, I don't know, 6 years later or something, 7 years later, and it was just quite a shock.
I'm leading the way to the better days with this chung girls every day.
Cool. Well, thank you so much for coming. It's been inspirational, awesome, eye-opening, and interesting.
Thank you.
Thanks for joining me, mister. I've been Georgia. This has been Inspiration Season, and I'll see you next time.
I would search for the light for a sweet face. She'll embrace me into her arms and tell me how to live life in the next place. Confusing this life that I lead.